Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and wanted to give you guys a little nifty thing here. I literally just saw Captain America Civil War here at the theater in Valdosta, Georgia, and wanted to give you guys some kind of off-the-cuff thoughts, kind of a quick review. You can call this an Orange Ranger Reacts. I think I'll go ahead and do that, because this is really going to serve more as a reaction video than really a straight out review. So, overall verdict, fantastic. Amazing. Go see it. I saw it in 3D, by the way. That's what these are. The 3D was pretty good. 3D these days in movies doesn't mean stuff like popping out of the screen at you. It adds a depth to a background. It adds a depth, a background to things, which is nice, you know, and it looks pretty good. It got a little frantic at some points, a little hard on the eyes, but nothing terrible. But yeah, like I said, amazing film. Go see it. If you like comic book movies, if you like action, if you like Marvel. I mean, it's another Marvel movie. That's what I was thinking. As the movie hit the points where it got really good, I was like, Marvel, you did it again. You did it again. It's a Marvel movie. You know, at this point, I think I'm just at the point where I'm ready to say, it's a Marvel movie. And that has a meaning as far as quality of writing and storyline and content. That's just what it means. While I have it in my mind, I will say, I don't think it's necessary for you to stay for the after credits scene. There is one. It doesn't tell us much that we don't already know. I will say it's about Spider-Man. You can go. You'll be able to look up what the scene's about. I'm just telling you that I don't think you're missing much. This is non-spoilers, by the way. I might make a full review later and have spoilers in that, but this is going to be non-spoilers. Spider-Man's in the movie. You saw that in the trailers and stuff. You know, that's a thing, but besides that, no real spoilers. It was really, really good. If I can think of some downsides really quick. More so early on, but throughout the film, there's a lot of shaky cam, especially if you're watching, again, in 3D. It can be a little hard to look at. The action gets a little crazy. It gets better, though, as the movie goes on. If you have some issues with motion sickness, you might not want to see the 3D versions. What else? Oh, I thought of the other major con. The other major con is kind of the crux of this story, which, amazingly enough, doesn't hurt it as much as you would think when you're saying the foundation of the story has a flaw in it. But it doesn't really hurt it that much, but it is something that was in my mind from the beginning. I mean, the basis of the story is basically out there, but to kind of long story short it without going into spoilers, the Avengers are doing things, and some people die when they do stuff. And the government says, you have to be accountable now because people die, and you have to be accountable. And there's this underlying tone of guilt, like even for, so the governments of the world create this new set of laws, the Sokovia Accords, that would place the Avengers under basically the control of the United Nations. Even the main motivation is guilt over the people who were killed. And you see, like, guilt even from the characters who don't sign the accords. But you're talking about, like, I think in one of the scenes they say, like, 13 people died in the battle. 13. 13 out of hundreds of thousands? Or millions? You know, I actually watched Winter Soldier last night to get ready for this. And one of the things, they bring up the events of Washington, D.C., and that things were destroyed and people died. We get to directly see that Hydra was going to take out millions of people. I mean, I think it had 750,000 targeted in its initial little blast. So they saved all those lives. And I mean, yeah, maybe 5 or 6 or 10 people died in collateral damage, but this is major metahuman warfare, you know? That's going to happen. So it's hard to see, you know, It's hard to see why the pro-registration side feels the way they do, besides some basic guilt, and why even the anti-registration side would feel that way. If you can't tell, I'm definitely Team Cap. For the pros, as I try to go ahead and wrap this up, this movie is written so well. All of the characters in the film, and there's a ton. I mean, this is a Captain America movie, and they do a good job of kind of making sure the story stays focused enough on Captain America throughout the movie. But for all intents and purposes, this was an Avengers film. And every character, there was no character that was really neglected. I could mention one, but since I had no idea that he was going to be in the movie, his being in it might be a spoiler, so I'll hold off on that for now. Okay, but I'll say it this way. This character that I'm thinking of, I wasn't exactly sure what his motivations were. They didn't, or her. I wasn't sure what their motivations were. The movie did a great job of explaining why everybody felt the way they did, and this character pops in a little later, and you're not really sure why he feels the way he feels. I have a little bit of an issue with Iron Man feeling the way he does. I don't picture Tony Stark as somebody who's willing to say, hey, let's trust the government. They do give you some level of explanation for that. The interactions between the characters are so good. All of these characters have been so well fleshed out in their own films and films where they're together that it all makes sense. You know, it really does. I'm sorry if the lighting on this sucks, by the way. I'm just walking around a parking lot. Emotionally, this film is good in two ways. One, even while the characters are fighting, you get the sense that they're a family. Families fight sometimes. You know, families have issues. I'm gonna stop walking around. This is my car, so I'm gonna lean against it here. Families have issues. They fight sometimes. And they give you enough comedy and enough dialogue between the characters to say, you know, it's okay. You know, they're fighting, and they know why they're fighting, but they're still friends, personally. And then there's just the negative emotions when it starts really hitting the fan near the end of the film, and stuff really starts coming apart. There were moments where my jaw hung open, you know, at just some of the things that happened. And I will warn you, this was one of my biggest surprises, and so while, you know, it's not a plot spoiler, but you may not have wanted to know this, but I feel like if you're planning to see this film, it's something that you should know. This film does not have a clean resolution. I was thinking, okay, you've got Captain America Civil War, you know, kind of kicking off phase 3, as it were. And then you go, you know, we have these new films. You have your Doctor Strange, your Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Black Panther. He was awesome, by the way. I'm really looking forward to Black Panther. He's a great character. Introduced very well in this, good motivations. I was thinking, you know, they're going to do their little Civil War storyline. They're going to handle it in this. And then we're going to get on going because we, you know, most of phase 3, there's a couple of sequels in phase 3, but most of it's going to be introducing new characters, and then we're going to have Avengers, whatever they end up calling the two movies. But no, it doesn't wrap up neatly. It does not wrap up cleanly at all. People walking by me. It's not resolved. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that kind of works its way through the other Marvel movies before we get to Avengers, because Marvel has a great way of weaving their overall plot through other movies. I give this, you know, 5 out of 5, highest marks. Amazing film. Go see it. You don't have to see it in 3D. There were a couple of times I was almost tempted to take the glasses off. Normal viewing is probably fine, but go see it. It's really, really good. So that's going to wrap up this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is really the first video I'm doing as the Orange Ranger where I'm not talking about the Power Rangers, so let me know what you think of that. And until next time, may the power protect you.